everyone, today we're here in Seattle. In this video, we're going to be eating through some of Seattle's most iconic food. A lot of these foods have deep roots in Seattle's history, and I can't wait to share with you guys some of my go-tos as well as exploring some new spots along the way. And don't forget to stay until the end of this video to see who wins Seattle's most controversial Caribbean pork roast showdown. And if you guys like videos like this and want to see more food tours in your city, please give me a thumbs up and comment down below. I would really appreciate that. And yeah, let's get chonk. A lot of people might not know this, but American-style teriyaki is actually invented right here in Seattle back in the 70s by Japanese immigrant Toshi Kasahara. And it became so popular that till this day, you can still find teriyaki in pretty much every single Seattle neighborhood. Toshi still runs his shop, but it's pretty far in Mill Creek, so we're here at Okinawa instead. Another decades-old joint that's loved by locals located right here in Seattle downtown. I think local legend Kenji Lopez also gave it a pretty high rating, so I'm really excited to try this. So here we have the classic chicken teriyaki. It comes with a chicken cutlet that's thinly sliced, comes with a salad and rice. Look at those grill marks right there. The chicken here is moist and tender and so well marinated. I think what makes it really special is that nice char on it. It really gives it that smoky flavor. The teriyaki sauce in here is also pretty nice in the sense that it's not overly sweet or thick like you would get at other teriyaki places. Really good for someone like me with an Asian palate. I'm gonna eat it with the rice. The rice here is definitely on the overcooked side. It's a bit hard and it's also a bit dry. Rice-wise, I would say this is just okay, but the chicken really makes up for it. I'm gonna try the salad. The dressing is kind of like a sugary mayo combined with some vinegar. You get a bit of tang and it's not overly sweet. Not bad. Overall, a pretty decent chicken teriyaki. So right now we are here at Market Grill. This is a tiny counter place that's been around since 1997 at Pike Pl Market. And in case you're wondering why we're at such a touristy place, it's because salmon is one of Seattle's most iconic ingredients. And Market Grill makes one of the best salmon sandwiches here in the city. If you sit here at the counter, you can actually see the people making it, which is pretty cool. What people love to get here is the blackened salmon sandwich. It's perfectly seasoned, hot off the grill, and tucked into a French roll with grilled onions and rosemary mayo. It's really what they're known for, and that's what we're trying today. All right, let's give it a try. The salmon is beautifully cooked. It's flaky and it's moist on the inside. And you can also see that nice char from the Cajun spices. That's what makes it so special. You get this really nice balance of smokiness and the natural richness from the fish itself. Then you've got these grilled onions. They just add so much flavor. They're so tender and sweet. And then with the rosemary mayo, it just ties everything together. The French roll here is also really nice. It kind of holds all the fixings together without it feeling too soggy. Overall, really good seafood sandwich. So right now we're basically at the entrance of the Seattle Marina's ballpark. And apparently when you come here on game days, this is where you'll find some of the best Seattle hot dogs here in the city. I've actually never tried a Seattle dog before, which is basically a combo of cream cheese and grilled onions. I think it started as a late night drunk snack back in the 80s. And then it just became so popular that now it's a Seattle thing. So here we have a Seattle hot dog from Sodo Grill. This is definitely one of the more popular stalls around here. And what makes their hot dog so special is they actually steam it before grilling it, which gives it that nice char that you're seeing here. They also spread the cream cheese really evenly on the buns. Let's give it a try. Losing my Seattle dog virginity. This dog has so much flavor. I know this is just a drunk food and many people don't give a shit about it, but this is my first time trying it, okay? And I really like it. The cream cheese that's really evenly layered in here gives it that nice, mild, tangy creaminess. And the onions in there are so soft and sweet and just melt right in. And then the highlight here is really the Polish sausage. It's peppery, it's salty, and really rich. You can definitely taste that smokiness from the grill. I also like that the exterior is a bit crispy from the char. You gotta get yourself one of these if you're ever in town for a game. And now we're gonna try the spicy dog from Al's Gourmet Sausage. This guy's been doing it since 1994 and he even has his own merch on the table. Apparently people really like their spicy sausage here as well as the grilled onions. Let's give it a try. Not gonna lie, I think the onions here could be even more caramelized. Right now it's still on the crunchy side. I was really hoping for that sweet, buttery, melty flavor from the onions, but I'm not really getting that. But I do think the spicy sausage here really shines. You can definitely see the red peppers in there and it does pack some heat. I think the cream cheese in this instance really works so well because it balances out the spiciness. I could totally see how this could be a crowd favorite, especially if the onions are more caramelized. You would be getting that sweet, savory, spicy, creamy flavors all in one bite. Overall, now still a pretty good hot dog, but yeah, I wish the onions were more charred and grilled. That would make this hot dog a 10-10. But for now, Sodo Grill takes the first spot. But yeah, Seattle dogs. It actually kind of works. So right now we're here at the Walrus and the Carpenter. This is actually one of my favorite places to get oysters here because not only are they super fresh, but they also have this $2 happy hour deal during the weekdays from 4 to 5 p.m. So here we have the happy hour oysters. The smaller ones are from Wildcat Cove and the larger ones are from Rock Point. All of these are from the state of Washington, so pretty local. They actually give you a note of all the oysters you've ordered. Pretty cute. All right, I'm gonna try Wildcat Cove first. Oh yeah, this one really hits you right away with that briny punch. Super ocean forward, but in the best way. This is super bold in flavor, but still really clean. I'm gonna put some horseradish in here. The horseradish here is actually on the milder side. It does really complement the brine very well. It cuts through that richness and it also helps the cucumber notes pop even more. This combo right here definitely wakes you up. And now let's try the Rock Point oysters. This one right here looks super juicy and plump. Wow, this one right here is so much creamier and a lot more delicate than the last one. I actually really like this one a lot better. It's got this really silky texture, a milder brine, really rich and buttery, and it almost has these kind of seaweed notes in it. It's also sweeter when it comes to the finish. Very, very nice. Now the horseradish. Oh my god. You get the sweet buttery base and it has a sharp kick in the end from the horseradish. It's so good. And now we're gonna try their fried oysters. This is actually the half portion. This is actually one of my favorite things to get here because they do it so well here. The oysters come nicely breaded and it also comes with a cilantro aioli. I'm gonna try it plain first. Oh my god, the fried oysters here is just so flavorful. First of all, the batter is really nicely done. It's perfectly crispy, and the coating is kind of like a crumbly kind of batter, so it gives it even like a crunchier texture. And then of course, the oyster here is what makes this whole dish shine. Literally melt in my mouth. It's so buttery and creamy and rich. I love eating fried oysters because you're getting this really nice textural contrast. You get this crunchy exterior, and then the inside is melty, it's soft, it's sweet and rich and creamy. It's just such a nice pairing. Now I'm gonna try it with a cilantro aioli. This is incredible, guys. I'm seriously in oyster heaven right now. This cilantro aioli is seriously the perfect pairing. Just when you think it cannot get creamier than this, the aioli just adds so much more flavor. It's really creamy, it's aromatic, it just adds this really nice brightness to the dish. The acidity in there helps cut through the richness of the fried oyster. And then you get these refreshing notes from the cilantro. It's just so good. The execution for the fried oysters here is just unmatched. It really cannot get any better than this. So right now we're here at Tilikum Place Cafe. This is a super popular brunch place. Reservations get snatched up super quickly, so make sure you plan ahead. So this place is super famous for their Dutch baby pancakes, and this dish is actually invented here in Seattle back in the 1900s. The original cafe that invented this pancake is actually no longer in business, but this place apparently does the best one here in Seattle right now. I've actually never had these before, so I'm really excited to try. So here we have the absolute star of the show. They have sweet and savory options, but I went with the classic because I just want it nice and simple. So the pancake actually comes in this iron skillet and it's lemon flavor topped with some powdered sugar. It also comes with a side of maple syrup and lemon. This literally smells so good. Let's give it a try. I think I'm gonna try it plain first without all the syrup and lemon, just to kind of taste what the base looks like. Wow, this is actually really, really good. I wasn't expecting myself to like it this much because, you know, it's just a pancake. I really like the texture in here. It's kind of like a cross between Yorkshire pudding and pancake. The inside is kind of custardy and the exterior has this nice crispy edge that I really like. And what really blows my mind is that it's also a little bit eggy and chewy. It's really quite an interesting bite texture-wise. Without even trying with the maple syrup and the lemon squeeze, you can taste that lemony flavor in there. I think it's in the batter itself. All right, let's try it with the syrup and the lemon juice. Why didn't I do this sooner? The syrup and the lemon just takes this to a whole new level. When you add that lemon in there, it just makes the flavor pop so much. It adds this incredible brightness to it, and the maple syrup also adds this really nice caramelly fragrance, really nice balance of sweet and tangy. And this whole dish is actually a lot lighter than I expected it to be. I was thinking it would be super heavy, really dense, but that's not the case at all. The flavors, it's really simply elegant. You're really getting the powdered sugar, the lemon, and the syrup. It's really not a lot, but just these three ingredients alone really elevates the pancake. You just have to come here and try this for yourself. Since this video is all about highlighting Seattle's most iconic dishes, I think it's only right that we settle one of the city's fiercest food debates, and that is, who has the best Caribbean pork sandwich, Paseo or Un Bien? Right now we're here at Paseo, the OG that opened back in 1994. So they went bankrupt around 10 years ago and they've changed ownership since, but a lot of people still swear by it. So right here we have their signature Caribbean roast pork sandwich. So this is actually the half portion right here because I'm just a single Pringle, you know, I just can't. This sandwich is loaded with their slow roasted pork shoulder, caramelized onions, pickled jalapenos, lettuce, and a garlicky aioli, all packed into this toasted baguette from Bakrina Bakery. Let's give this a try. Seriously a flavor bomb. And this is hella messy to eat for sure. The sandwich is definitely overflowing with that pork and the juices are just flying everywhere. The pork is so juicy and just marinated in those citrus juices. The pork is really tender, but I do think it's a bit on the mushier side, kind of like a tuna melt. But the flavor though, I think that's what really makes this entire sandwich shine. You definitely get this rich fatty flavors from the pork in here, and that garlic aioli just adds this really nice creaminess to it. And you can definitely taste the heat from the jalapenos as well. It's not too spicy, but it's just enough that it gives you a kick. That heat is so nice when it comes to cutting through that richness of the pork. And in case you couldn't tell already, I am a big fan of grilled onions, and they do it so well here. The onions give it that nice sweetness. It still has a bit of a crunch, but not too raw. And even though the sandwich is super loaded, the bread still stays intact, although it does get soggier over time. This right here is seriously just packed with flavor, and it's the best example of acid, heat, fat, salt, and sugar. So messy to eat this, but I would do this over again and again. And whenever I'm at Paseo, I just cannot help but get the Caribbean fries. They're so good. I get them every time I'm here. It also comes with a side of aioli. All right, let's give it a try. Hits the spot every time. The fries are fresh out of the fryer, and I just love how crispy they are. The potatoes are also fluffy inside, and the seasoning, I think the seasoning is what makes it shine so much. It's slightly similar to Potato Corner's chili barbecue flavor. Not exactly the same, but it still has the same sweet savory profile. And when you pair it with this garlic aioli, it just smacks so damn hard. For our final stop of our iconic food tour here in Seattle, we're finally here at Un Bien, Paseo's other rival. This spot is run by Sons of Lorenzo, the original owner of Paseo, and apparently it's as close as it can get when it comes to the original recipe. I've actually never been here before, so I'm really excited to try. So here we have the start of the show, even down to the fixings. Everything is basically the same as Paseo's. It actually looks the same. I think the bread roll is also from the same bakery. Let's give it a try. Oh my God. This one is even messier than Paseo's. You definitely need napkins. Literally, as I bite into the sandwich, the juices fell out, dripping all over my arms and hands. Even though this looks exactly the same as Paseo's, I actually think they taste quite different. Don't get me wrong, it's the same dish, Caribbean pork roast, but I do think Paseo's one is definitely creamier. This one actually has a brighter, more citrusy flavor. Even though the pork and flavors here are still just as fatty and rich as Paseo's, what makes it really different is definitely the brighter acidic flavors. Pork here is also more succulent. It's definitely juicier because literally juices are flowing out everywhere. And I like how you can still see the stringiness here. It's not mushed together like Paseo's. The caramelized onions here are also really sweet, very similar to Paseo's, but I do think these are juicier. I also noticed that the jalapenos here are more pickled. Definitely punch you in the face with that vinegary flavor. It's definitely more of an acidic sandwich. It has a greater balance of sweetness. Overall, it's just more citrusy, more tangy, which works really well because this is a really rich sandwich. All right, now that we tried both sandwiches, I really think it comes down to a very marginal difference. Like, yes, when it comes to the flavors, the ingredients, it's basically identical, but I think ultimately it really comes down to your personal preference. If you like a creamier sandwich, Paseos for you. If you like more brightness and more acidity in your sandwich, then Onbien definitely wins here because of the pickled jalapenos as well as the more citrusy pork. And when it comes down to the pork, I do think Paseo's pork is still really tender and very nice, but it's a bit too mushy. Whereas Onbien's pork, it's kind of like richer, more succulent, a lot more juicier. And then when it comes to the caramelized onions, they're both really sweet, but I think Onbien is definitely more juicy. Just everything about Onbien's sandwich is juicier, very wet, very moist. That's what she said. Overall, they're both really, really good sandwiches. You cannot go wrong with both of them. And honestly, as much as I like Onbien's sandwich, I think I might still go back to Paseo's because I love the fries there. So it really wins points for me. So again, it really depends on what you're looking for. I hope our tasting today, as well as my perspective when it comes to both sandwiches, become helpful to you when it comes to choosing which one to go to. And yeah, let me know down in the comments which one's your favorite. So this pretty much sums up our food tour of eating our way through Seattle's history and iconic dishes. Please let me know down in the comments if you would like me to check out other restaurants or do a food tour in your city. And if you guys like videos like this, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more food tours in the future. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys real soon. Bye!